In this Guru Schools lecture, I'm going to go ahead and talk about bidding option. So this is really important. Let me tell you how. First, we have discussed about budget, right? What was budgeting? So budgeting was that how much money do we want to spend on our ads or on our CPC or whatever it is. That was our budget. Like I want to spend on daily basis, I want to spend 1,000 rupees, or for this period, I want to spend 10,000 rupees. This was my budget. Like my pocket allows only this much of amount. That was a budget. What is bidding? Bidding is how you want to spend. Budget is how much do you want to spend, and bidding is how do you want to spend it. Like suppose I want to buy a car. How I want to buy a car? I want to buy a car by credit card, by cash, or something like this, right? So similarly, I want to run the ad with this much of amount. How I want to spend my money? That's really simple. We'll get into the types of bidding, right? There are literally there are two types, and inside the two types there are subtypes. Let's check that. But first, of course, we need to get into our Google ad accounts. So let's first quickly get into this. I just close that within a seconds. Once I'm done with anything, I just close it. So just bear with me if I keep on signing in. It just take 2 to 3 seconds of mine or yours. If I hit on resume, and there will go, and look at this. Now there is a bidding option. It says maximizes clicks, set a cost per click bid limit. If I say this and change bid strategy, if you hit on this, it says this campaign will use a maximize clicks bid strategy to help you to get the most clicks for your budget. There are not any kind of option there through which you can actually change it. If you want to change clicks to on different things like conversion or conversion value or other optimization options or clicks or impression share, whatever you like, you can choose that, right? Now it's asking what do you want to focus on. Choose the metric you would like to focus on for your campaign and see bidding options to help you optimize for it. And if I choose impression share, then I have these kind of, I'll talk about that later. But as of now, we'll stick on clicks. That's CPC, cost per click. And that's a set up maximum cost per click bid limit. And then you can set a maximum CPC bid limit, right? And this is our budget option. Enter the average you want to spend each day. You can spend, suppose I just wrote 1,000 rupees. And I say this, and maximum bid CPC limit, it's going to be 1,000. Which means under 1,000 rupees, get me like n number of clicks. I cannot count it, but yeah, give me as maximum as the Google can. And the 1,000 rupees. That was all your budget and bidding. You just need to simply enter your budget, that enter the average you want to spend each day. That's it. And then you have the bidding option. What do you want to focus on? Just say clicks and set a maximum package, and then write the cost. So once it is done, we have then second option. As I told you that we can change the strategy of our bidding to, then it says or select a bid strategy directly, which is not recommended, but still will go to this option. Once I hit on this, it will say back to previous bidding options, but I won't go for that. Now, if I hit on drop down menu, then you can see there are so many options which I was talking about. First, it says there are two types of bid strategies. First is automated and second is manual bid strategies. Mostly we'll go for manual one. In the manual, there is only one, that's manual CPC, that's manual cost per click. That's really simple, which means you are going to decide what is the cost of per click do you want to pay for, and that's gonna be your manual, which means once you will register 1,000 rupees, every time you need to pay 1,000 rupees by yourself. Google will not be able to deduct it by itself, right? So you need to do it by yourself, and I guess that's really good thing, because if you forget to pay some ad money in your account, then that's okay. But sometimes, suppose if you want to stop the ad, and if by chance you just forget that, you will be deducted. I mean, your charges would be deducted because that's, you haven't stopped it. But suppose you haven't stopped your ad, but your budget or maybe your added money has been finished. So of course your ad will stop running and you will get the notification too. Of course you will get the notification in the prior thing as well, that your money is going to be expended or your daily charges going to be finished. Everything you will get notified by Google, but still it's a kind of reminder as well. If you want to stop your ad, or by mistaken you forget to stop your ad, so just because you haven't added the money, the ad will not run, right? That could be a possibility. So that's a manual CPC, which means you, look at this, you set your own maximum cost per click for your ads. That was your first criteria. And then if I come to the automated bid strategies, there are so many options. First is target CPA, target ROAS. There is maximize clicks, there is maximize conversions, there is maximize conversion value, there is target impression share. Everything is there, and we'll talk each and everything in detail. Then we have, if I come back to the maximize clicks, then we have the target CPA. The first automated bid strategy says target CPA. Let's start from this. Suppose it says sets bids to the guest to get the most conversions possible while reaching your average cost per action as per the goal. It's cost per action, or you can also say cost per acquisition. That's totally up to you, whatever you want to say. Okay, so it means what do you give, what cost do you want to give if you'll get every action. Action means your sale. Right? I'm not talking about leads. I'm talking about sale. If you give the target, and this is, look at this, this is target. This is not maximize, this is target, which means you're giving the target to the Google that I want maximum target, I want maximum numbers which comes under 1,000 rupees. That's the Google's target. Whatever target, suppose Google's target is under the 1,000, you will get 300 CPA. Right. So which means you want 300 CPA. So Google has to do at any cost, because you are paying 1,000 rupees to them. So it's responsibility of Google, because this is a target. And sometimes what happens, of course, Google is also just a source to divert the traffic towards your ad. So it cannot possible every time to complete the target. Right? And if it's a CPA target, it could not be possible. Why? Because this is just a source. Google also has to do so many things. Google has to find the same user, or Google has to show your ads to, and then wants that your customer should react on that, and after reacting it should be reaching to your landing page. And second thing, what would impact? Your ad would impact on the customer. Suppose Google has shown the ad to the customer, but customer didn't like that. Would it be a Google's fault? Of course not. Not every customer can be not every people cannot be your customer, right? So you need to understand, if you are giving target to the, Google, it should be relevant. I'm not saying do not trust it, but yeah, trust it in a little bit manner. Now it's, suppose I have chosen the option of target CPA, and I set the target of 1,000. Now Google is saying use a portfolio strategy, and then you have a portfolio strategy too, which I'll let you know later on, not now. I'll let you know. We'll go in depth in advance later on. Okay. Suppose, and then second option says target ROAS, which is sets bids to help you get the most conversion value while maintaining your target return on ad spend. What is the full form of ROAS? It's return on ad spend. Right? So what's that? Let's understand it by the name. ROAS. It's return on ad spend, which means whatever you have spent on your ad, you want more return of it. Let me show you. Actually, not show you. Let me just tell you. Let's go for notepad first. Okay. Let's understand in this way. Suppose I'm spending 1,000 rupees on my ad, right? Suppose I'm spending 1,000 rupees on my ad. Spent. Now I want 20% ROS of it. What is the 20% of 1,000? What is the 20% of 1,000? It's 1,200. That's 1,200, which I want as a return, right? That's the return I want from Google. That whatever I spent, I need more 20% of it. I need that as ROS. So again, that's a target. That's a target ROAS. Sometimes Google may achieve it and sometimes it may not. So whenever you choose it very wisely. Like you need to think about, I think, twice at least. So suppose my budget is 1,000 and I want my ROS as 30%, which means I want, if I'm spending 1,000 rupees, in return I want 1,300 rupees. Simple, not as so much that, like, I mean, not that much of big calculation, but I want that back. Suppose similarly, if I'm spending, lakh, I mean, of course, wrong side, but can't recognize this number. Suppose I'm spending 1 lakh. Suppose I'm spending 1 lakh rupees. Now I want 30% return of it. So what's that? 1,30,000 I want as a return. If I'm spending it on my daily basis, so at the next day I want 1,30,000 as return. So again, this is a target. It may possible or it may not. So if you'll go for these target options, go for very wisely, and I would suggest you think twice. So as I have completed 2 options, target CPA, target ROAS, then next option is going to be maximize clicks. Let's hit on this. It says maximize clicks, which was absolutely simple, which means that it's simple. It says set bids to help you get the most clicks within your budget. Of course, very simple. Whatever the budget you have mentioned, you want as many as clicks that the Google can give you. Suppose its target is under 1,000. I want this is what I am expecting, that I want 100 clicks. I know it may possible, it may not possible, but Google will try its best to give me the more and more clicks without any limitations. Google will not Google will not entertain my opinion in this, because I haven't given him a target. I just said the maximize clicks. How many, it really doesn't matter, but Google will try its 100% to give me the more and more clicks, right? Then I have the second option, the fourth option, which is maximize conversion, which of course we can get it by the name. Set bids to help you get the most conversions within your budget. Whatever your budget you have set it off, Google will try to give you the maximum of conversions, whatever you like. I mean, not whatever we like, but yeah, Google will try its best to give you the maximum conversion within your budget. If your budget is 1 lakh, then Google will give you according to his pocket, maximize. Suppose before reaching to the 100th people, Google has reached to 99th people, and they got converted too, right? But before reaching to the 100th people, our budget get over. So what is the maximum range? That was only 99, and we will still happy with that, right? So this was your maximize conversion. Then it says maximize conversion value. So what's that? Of course, we can understand it by the name, the maximize conversion value. It means you are giving your budget and saying Google that I need maximum conversion value, which means I need maximum revenue as much as I can. Suppose on your website, you have 2 products. One is for 500 rupees and one is for 50 rupees. So what if your customer comes to your landing page and purchase a product of 50 rupees? That will actually decrease your conversion value, right? But what if Google will direct those traffic that Google knows they will purchase those products which will actually costly on your website, right? So this is how the Google decides, and this is how Google can assure you that we can give you the maximized conversion value. That's totally up to you. If you really want to go for that, you may go for this. Then last we have target impression rate. Okay, let's sit on this. Suppose your keyword is flower, right? With the flower, there are, if people search, suppose in a day people search 10,000 times, right? Now Google is asking, what is your target impression share? How do you want to, like, how much percentage do you want to share? And I suppose I say from 10,000 I want 70% share. So you need to mention as 70%, that I need 70%. So do you have any maximum CPC bid limit? If you have, you may write it down, and if you don't have, it's okay. Anywhere on result page, top of the result page, or absolute top of results page. Totally up to you if you want to go for that. Of course, there will be cost of it. Make sure of it, okay? So suppose if I go for 70% of share, that I want 70% of target impression share. So Google will do whatever it wants, because again, it's a target, right? It may possible, it may not possible. Up to you, whatever you want to go for. But if you want my opinion, whatever one, which option should you go for? I would personally suggest you to go with manual CPC. 95% time you will go with that, because in this manual CPC you can control everything by yourself, right? You can control it by yourself. But if I go for automated bid strategies, it's in Google hands. We will definitely 95% you will definitely go with manual CPC, but still I would suggest you, whenever you start any campaign, start with manual CPC, and later on after 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then try different strategies. I would suggest you, and if you think you are getting good response, and if you are comfortable with that, stick with that. Totally up to you. I'm not forcing you, and I'm not giving you any kind of advice. I'm just giving you some kind of suggestions, my recommendations to you, whatever I feel like, because I personally always run my ad on manual CPC. I really love to take control in my hand. I really don't want Google to handle everything, right? So that's all for bidding options, and I believe you guys are able to understand the bidding options as well. And if you feel like you are confused and something like that, do let us know, and we will be there to help you assist. We will be there to assist you, right? All right, so that's all for bidding options, and I'll see you in the next lecture.